This is Top Accurate Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Ukraine accused Russia of looting empty homes in the southern city of Kherson and occupying them with troops in civilian clothes to prepare for street fighting in what both sides predict will be one of the war's most important battles. In recent days, Russia has ordered civilians out of Kherson in anticipation of a Ukrainian assault to recapture the city, which was the first to be seized by Russian forces following their invasion in February. Kherson, with a pre-war population of nearly 300,000, has been left cold and dark after power and water were cut to the surrounding area over the past 48 hours, both sides said. Russian installed officials blamed Ukrainian sabotage, while Ukrainian officials said the Russians had dismantled 1.5 kilometers of power lines. Kiev has described the evacuation of the area as a forced deportation, a war crime. Moscow says it is sending residents away for safety. About 100 disabled children were moved from a medical facility in Dnipro in Kherson region to the Moscow region, Ukraine's military said on Monday. Patients from an elderly person's home in Kharkovka were also being moved and Russian forces are taking over those facilities, it said. A Bulgarian police officer has been shot dead at the border with Turkey, according to the Interior Minister. The incident occurred on Monday evening when an unidentified person shot at a border police officer and a serviceman who were patrolling a stretch of the border near the village of Golyam Dervent. Minister Ivan Demerdzhiev said on Tuesday the police officer died on the spot while the serviceman was not hurt. Additional border patrols were dispatched to the scene, but the attacker was not captured and is believed to be on Turkish territory. The minister told reporters at the scene that he had received assurances from Turkey that the attacker will be found. He added that border patrols will start using another type of weapon, but did not elaborate. Bulgaria has deployed 350 troops and 40 army vehicles along its southern border with Turkey to help border police deal with a growing migrant influx. The troops will conduct joint patrols along the 259-kilometer border with Turkey. The Balkan country is located on a key route for migrants from the Middle East and Afghanistan to Europe. A self-proclaimed white supremacist who killed 51 Muslim worshippers at two Christchurch mosques in March 2019 has filed an appeal against his conviction and whole life sentence. No date for the hearing has been set. A spokesperson for the Court of Appeal in the capital Wellington told multiple media outlets in New Zealand on Tuesday. Brenton Tarrant, then 29, was sentenced in August 2020 to life imprisonment without parole for the murder of 51 people and the attempted murder of 40 others at two Christchurch mosques, the worst mass shooting in New Zealand's history. It was the first time a New Zealand court had sentenced someone to prison for the rest of their life. Judge Cameron said he was imposing the toughest possible term given the magnitude of the crime. In November 2021, Tarrant's then lawyer, Tony Ellis, said that the gunman was considering an appeal against the verdict, claiming his guilty plea had been obtained under duress and that he had been subjected to, in quote, inhumane and degrading treatment while being held on remand. In an emailed response on Tuesday, Ellis told pressmen he no longer represented Tarrant. Police in Pakistan have filed a report into last week's attack on former Prime Minister Imran Khan, who was shot and wounded in the leg during a protest march, but it has been criticized as a mockery by his party. The authorities in the eastern province of Punjab, where the shooting took place, filed what is known as a First Information Report (FIR) on Monday, following orders from the country's Supreme Court. The court questioned the top official in the Punjab police on Monday and issued a warning to register an FIR within 24 hours. The police report was filed under anti-terror laws and named Naveed Ahmed as the suspected attacker. He was arrested at the site of the attack on November 3rd. Leaders of Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PTI party criticized the police report as a mockery of justice. Ejaz Chowdhury, another senior party official who was with Khan on the container when the attack took place, said it was an apt reflection of the state of affairs in Pakistan, where a former prime minister was finding it difficult to get a police case registered. Khan, aged 70, was leading his march on the capital to demand elections from Punjab's Wazirabad city along with a large number of supporters, when he was shot at. He recovered in a Lahore hospital for 3 days before being discharged on Sunday. US chip maker Nvidia Corporation is offering a new advanced chip in China that meets recent export control rules aimed at keeping cutting-edge technology out of China's hands, the company confirmed on Monday. Nvidia responded to newsmen's reporting that Chinese computer sellers are advertising products with the new chip. The chip, called the A800, represents the first reported effort by a US semiconductor company to create advanced processors for China that follow new US trade rules. Nvidia has said the export limitations could cost it hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. US regulations set in early October effectively banned export of advanced microchips and equipment to produce advanced chips by Chinese chip makers, part of an effort to hobble China's semiconductor industry and in turn the military. In late August, Nvidia and Advanced Micro Devices Corporation both said that their advanced chips, including Nvidia's data center chip A100, were added to the export control list by the US Commerce Department. The Nvidia A800 can be used in place of the A100, and both are GPUs or graphics processing units. The presidents of the United Arab Emirates, UAE and Egypt witnessed the signing of an agreement on Tuesday to develop one of the world's largest onshore wind projects in Egypt, according to an official statement on the Gulf nation's state news agency. The memorandum of understanding was signed between the UAE's renewable energy firm, Masdar, alongside its joint venture with Egypt's main renewable energy developer, Infinity, and Azan Halam Utilities, the statement on news agency WAM said. Masdar invested in a portfolio of renewable energy assets with a combined value of more than $20 billion and a total capacity of more than 15 gigawatts, said the new project would be its biggest yet. Tuesday's agreement was signed on the sidelines of the ongoing COP27 climate summit in Egypt's coastal city of Sharm el-Sheikh. The UAE is hosting the COP28 conference next year. When completed, the wind farm would be part of Egypt's Green Corridor Initiative, a grid dedicated to renewable energy project that is aimed at ensuring renewable energy makes up 42% of the country's energy mix by 2035. That is the size of top accolade global news updates. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Tuesday.